Hello and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath and intuitive card reader. And before I even get started, I want to share this smudge with you. This is all for you guys. I'm trying to clear up the energies and hope for a really good reading. This is the sage, a burn of sage and sweetgrass. The sweetgrass is found on our front lawn. It grows freely there. We're highly blessed by Mother Nature to be given this gift, because we had to go out and search for it. It would be very hard to find and very hard to identify. These smudges actually clear your air in your home with 95% of airborne bacteria. So that's the other good thing, and it cleanses up the energies and leaves us open to messages from tarot. Okay, so if this is your first time to the channel, I'd like to welcome you very warmly to Fundy Fortunes, and also a warm welcome as well to all the recurrent subscribers, people that keep coming back. You rock, thank you, and you new subscribers as well. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, that little red button down below this video window, just click on that, and every time Fundy Fortunes posts anything new, you'll be notified via your email notifications. If this is a general reading, just want to state that as well, which may or may not resonate with you on a personal level. And if you find you like this reading and you'd like to have a personalized reading, I do offer private readings. All that information is found right below this video window as well in the description box on how to go about doing that, and it's very straightforward and very simple. So tonight I'm doing a 5-card spread using the Oceanic Tarot and one significator card from my deck of Simply Tarot. And the spread that I'm doing is a 5-card spread for the sign of Taurus. And for the month of August 2016, there are 5 cards laid out already. And I have shuffled and I have cleansed just to show every now and again I show these, my energy rock and my vibrations. And I cleanse with that, plus the smudge that goes up. So that's all been done. They've been shuffled profusely for you. Everything's done proper. And the 5 cards, each card falls in a certain placement, and the card will relay the information associated with the placement. The very first card that I pulled is that's your overall energy of the reading. Card number 2 is your financial and wealth sector. Card number 3, your romance, your love, anything pertaining to people close to your heart. Your 4th is your challenges for August, and number 5 is your message from Spirit. And then at the end, I pull the significator for the overall aura and energy as well of the reading. So let's get right to it, Taurus, and see what we have. The very first card that I pulled for you, and this has shown up in 3 readings in the last 2 days. I guess she's got something to say to a few people. It is the High Priestess, and she's all about intuition. That is the infinity symbol that is floating above her right hand. The keywords for this card are wisdom, secrets, discretion, teachings, visions, and dreams. The advice is to keep your thoughts and your feelings to yourself at this time and listen to your intuition. Time for learning as well. The wise woman, she's the wise woman of the ocean. And without saying a whole lot, she has a lot to say. The overall reading is to be very aware of your own presence and your own impressions that you put out in your energies every day within this reading. And it's to more or less, to be quiet and to take in the energies and the lessons that are coming your way. And she's got a lot to do with that. She is more or less saying to you, this is the time to be quiet, sit back and observe, be an observer and a listener. Do not be an active participant the way you would normally be boisterous and outgoing. The Taurus are really good at being quiet and holding back. That's not an issue for them. I know quite a few Taurus over the years, and some are still really good friends. And yes, they can be very outspoken. And yes, they can be very direct and blunt. When they feel driven to. But here's what this card is telling you. This is not the time to be that way. You need to learn to bite your tongue and just sit back and listen and to absorb all the energies that you're getting from other people and impressions. You just absorb them momentarily. If you have something you really need to say, you'll be able to say that down the road, but now's not the time, not in August. The second card in your wealth and financial sector is the King of Wands, and he's all about practicality. This, when this card shows up, and he's in your financial sector, he's all about action, doing things, getting things done. He's not about all talk. This may be the person that you'll have to sit back, Taurus, and just kind of listen to, pay attention to what he's saying, and pay attention to his messages. This man is engaging and inspiring. If he shows up for you, he's a natural leader. Again, sit back and just listen and pay attention. Travel is important and connected to many people. This man, when he shows up, sometimes this is the you card as well. So you can be somebody of more action and less words. That can apply to some of you as well, Taurus. And for any, this card is showing you that if whatever problems you're having right now, the ones that are being highlighted and brought to the forefront for you, Taurus, that you may have to look in unexpected places for your problems, and look to unique people in unique places. You'll find practical solutions to practical problems, and you'll be thinking, for some of you, what was I worried about? This is all good. I have nothing to worry about. It's all falling into place. You'll get what you need. The universe will bring what you need as you need it. The advice of this card is to make sure and explore your passions, then look to, again, unconventional people in new places and unconventional places as well. The keywords are energy, creation, power, passion, wisdom, freedom, and openness. So that's for your financial sector. So what the nudge I'm getting for some of you right off the get-go is to, normally I feel this with a page. The pages when they come up. But in this case, this man's here to be a teacher. He's here to show you the way. If you want to be comfortable money-wise, financially, he might be able to show you a way to do that. For some of you, this guy's going to bring small jobs your way. Just a little bit of extra pocket money, not a big deal overall. But once you do a couple jobs for this guy, what's going to happen is there'll be more work coming for some of you down the road. So this is a man of action. He's going to gain your respect, Taurus, because he's not all talk. That's very important right now. His feelings always show as well. With this guy, when he shows up, or if it's you, the feelings are always right apparent. They're very apparent. There's no second guessing maybe where you're coming from or this person is coming from. Absolutely not. You'll know exactly where you stand. And if it's you, you'll know exactly what it is you want. And you won't pull any punches on that regard. Okay, so the next card that I drew for you in your romance sector and your love, everything that's close to your heart, and this is the beautiful merman, and he is the Knight of Cups, and he's all about proposals. So how appropriate that it fell in the placement that it did, love and romance, and things that are matters of the heart. Okay. Let's see here. The advice is to judge by actions, not words. There again, that's your attention's being brought to that. Two cards back to back. If somebody should show up and they make some offers to you, you need to test their intentions before you accept anything. There's something not quite, that's not a given. The guys are saying it's not a given. You need to stop. Don't get overexcited, because usually when things sound too good to be true, seem too good to be true, they are too good to be true. But I'm not saying that this person is going to mess you around, but it may not be exactly what you thought it was going to be. When it comes to offers of jobs, proposals, somebody wanting you to come on board with some new ventures they may have, you have to be very, very careful about that. This person, if they show up, they're usually very charming. They're very magnetic. But here's the thing. This guy, you're not sure about him and what he's proposing and offering you. You're not sure if the offers he brings to you stand true or not. He may not be lying, but on the other hand, he may not be quite a realist. His words may be quite captivating, but meaningless in the real world. He's not consistent enough. This is a young person, a relative, a son, a nephew, a cousin. This is a young person that's coming to you, and it makes you question just what the heck's going on here. He's going to probably say something to you that's going to get you a little excited in a good way. Don't get too excited. There's some exaggeration going on here. The guides are showing that. Absolutely, for sure. This is somebody that is a family member. It's somebody that you love very, very dearly, but you're a realist and you know what they're all about. Therefore, hence the need to investigate any proposals that he brings to you. So your fourth card is the Seven of Cups, and it's about possibilities. This is in your challenging position for August. Right now, just like the card before it, a lot of choices are coming your way. You have a lot of choices available for you. Again, you need to check out what's behind the motives of the person or people making these proposals. Do not fall for fantasy. At this time, you have no sense of, may have no sense of what is real and what is imagination. Your imagination can run away with you at this point. And the reason being is because there are things that you're wanting to believe in, things that you can't, things that you once held pretty tight like this have been slipping through your fingers, and you're losing or have lost some things you thought you had right in the palm of your hand. So your foundations are feeling somewhat shaky right now, on shaky ground. You may have a hard time believing, but then the other part of your brain wants to float off into a fantasy land, and that's okay once in a while, but sometimes we get too caught up in that. We don't deal with the reality that's going on around us. We need to deal with the reality. Once the reality is dealt with, guides are pushing this really strong. Once the reality is dealt with, then you can afford yourself some fantasy time. As long as when you come back, you realize your heart and your emotions and your intellect can handle and not crash when you come back into reality, because you don't want to, because what that is, that's just a vicious circle of depression, anxiety, and then you get picked up again. It's almost like what a manic depressive would go through. They're up and they're down, and they're up and they're down, and that's how you're going to be feeling, up and down, because you're sliding into fantasy to get some relief from the reality, and then you come crashing down to reality, and then you're angry with the world again, and you're feeling a lot of hurt in your soul and in your heart. Whatever you do, the advice of this card is to not rush into things. Just wait and see what manifests, or what you can manifest, or this person that's been bringing these offers. You may want to sit back and see what's real, what's not. Good for you if that's what you do. Keywords for this card are fantasy, confusion, choices, dreams, imagination, vision, and passion. You have a lot of passion. These are things that you're going to need to work on, that you're going to be a bit challenged by for the month of August, Taurus. It's to find where you're most comfortable at. You will slide off into fantasy from time to time. That's your preservation, almost. The guides are pushing that. That's where you will release all this pent up feelings of hopelessness, feelings of not having control. I feel to tell for some of you, like you're walking on slippery ground, and you feel like you could fall at any time. But that's not so much the reality. That's what your perception is. That doesn't make it real. So the fantasy isn't always about going into a good, happy place. Sometimes it's a very confusing place to be. The fantasy of you know walking on slippery ground, and you're not going to fall. You feel that you may. So you need to snap back into reality and look at facts. Facts never change. Look at the hardcore reality of everything that's going on around you. And if you've been fearing something and dreading something and it hasn't happened yet, the guides are saying it's not going to. These are your own self-inflicted fears and dreads that you're bringing onto yourself because you go into this place of fantasy and you see these things and you let them wash over you, and you need to know where to stop and say, okay, that's enough of that foolishness. I don't care if you come back to the TV and you watch your favorite program. That'll bring you back to a certain enough reality to snap you out of that place. You've got to be careful because of the laws of the universe and the secret and all that beautiful stuff, that if you keep sliding into those negative places, be it fantasy or not, you're still putting out emotional energy. Emotional energy can be the most wonderful, powerful thing. It can be the most devastating thing. There's one thing that both sides have in common. It's strong and it's powerful. So if you're feeling these feelings of dread and fear, the universe feels those vibrations of dread and fear, and that's all it's seeing and recognizing, and it's saying, okay, okay. They don't question what's good for you, what's not good for you all the time. When your emotions are running really high, the vibrations are right there, the universe goes, there you go. There's more worry. There you go. There's more dread. There's more fear. Because that's what you're putting out into the universe, and it'll come full circle and come back on you. So you have to be very, very careful about that during the month of August. Your your fifth and final card is just wonderful. And this is your message from Spirit and guides. And it is the Ace of Pentacles. And it's about prosperity. Now, the Spirit guides are saying that money is coming to you. You may receive a reward or a gift. Or you may see an opportunity, a financial opportunity. Because Pentacles are all about wealth and money. And how we bring money to us, how we handle our money. And the guides are saying you've got some extra money coming. And that's wonderful, because anybody that I know, a bunch of Tauruses too, the hard time making ends meet in today's economy. The Ace shows some stability, a move maybe to a new home for some of you. You use your money wisely to invest, maybe in a property. This is just for some of you. The Ace reveals happy, stable time, because with aces, it's always something has just ended in order for this ace to pop up. Something has just ended for you, but this is a new beginning. Aces are all about starting over. Aces are all about beginnings. Aces are about a new life, a new start, a fresh start. Things that you've never, places you've never experienced, and and people you've never experienced. All these things can come into play with the ace. And this is all in regards to money at this time. The Spirit is telling you this, that there's going to be a few little opportunities for some of you. For some of you, it could be bigger opportunities. I don't know where it comes from. I'm just a messenger. Some of you are going to be opening a bike repair shop. I'm not talking motorbikes. I'm talking bikes, two-wheelers. I see you opening up, yes. Somebody out there is doing that soon. You're a little behind on the ball. Summer's half over now, but you still have, you have enough overhead to open now and start, if you haven't already done so. You can maximize your good fortune. Anything that you work for right now, and you're working from your heart, honestly, and with integrity, the payback will come at you. You will get your payback. Your money, make your money work for you. And for some of you, it's time to make some very wise financial decisions. Some of you, I feel to tell you, have been putting it off for some reason. Something there with money that you didn't want to deal with. This could be in such as a will, and this was a devastating time for you. So you've been putting this off, and kind of like I see ledgers and books, notebooks, notepads. I see 2 or 3 of them laying on a desk, and I see somebody's hand picking them up and kind of taking like one finger and lifting and kind of peeking and then dropping it again and closing it. And this has been going on for a little while. You don't want to deal with this because there's pain associated with this situation. Um, Once your grief is lifted, or if you're grieved, now's the time that you're mentally and intellectually ready to handle these decisions, and you must make wise financial decisions. For some of you, this is an executor of a will, and it's up to you to deal with this. You have other people waiting on you. Keyword for this card, your message from Spirit is beginnings, finances, new jobs, success, property, security, and creativity. And that all falls into that placement. So there's those. And then I pulled for you the Knight of Swords. And sometimes the Knight of Swords just represents somebody that's very, very goal-oriented. But also with the Knight of Swords, he's a force to be reckoned with. And you can see him on his grand steed there. And he's just kicking up the dust. And he's a man on a mission. And he's not looking for battle in this instance, but he's ready for it if it comes at him. He's ready. He has his sword drawn, and he'll strike down anyone that gets in his way. That's for a very small percentage of you, Taurus, right now. And this overall reading is finding, I feel nudged to say, for some of you that were having a hard problem with dealing with reality and fantasy, some of you are going to break through that, and you're going to be like nothing but all business. This is what the cards are showing. All business, all the way around. No more dicking around and not doing what needs to be done. This is very important. That's how some of you are going to be. And the determination, which showed up in 2 of your cards, I think. The sense of strong determination to work through things. And as far as this card goes, it's like for those of you that keep slipping into fantasy land, some of you are going to snap right out of it. And you're going to come out of it with a very strong sense of purpose. The guides are really pushing that. I'm feeling the heat off of that for a few of you. This is a good thing because now it's time for business. I feel another nudge to say that some of you are grieving, and you've grieved. Some of you are going to feel, okay, this is it. I've done enough grieving, and now I've got a mess here to clean up. I've got somebody else's life that I have to go in and erase, from the planet. I have to take all evidence of them and move the evidence away because they're gone now. Of course, I mean, like metaphorically and kind of literally, because if somebody that you lost, of course, you're not going to give everything away or get rid of everything. There'll be things that you hold on to, mementos, and if it's a will, there could be property involved, all kinds of things like that. But basically, that person's personal living space, that's what you were having a hard time with and holding off on. You didn't want to deal with it, but now's the time, and you're gonna be like that sword, that King of Swords, and you're coming along here with your sword held high, the Knight of Swords, sorry, and you're ready for battle. You're ready to push your sleeves up, go in, head up, and then once you get in there, put your head down, and you're going to keep working until it's over, until it's an unpleasant task that you feel that's going to emotionally drain you, and of course it will. That's what that kind of situation is all about. Going in and the torture of having to wipe evidence away of this person's personal life, their home. Everything that belonged to them, everything they were all about will be in this home. And you have to decide what goes and what stays. That's enough to break anybody. And some of you are going to go through a really hard time with that during the month of August and into September and it'll dwindle into October. This is a lengthy process. I'm going to stop it right there because that's enough of that, and we don't need any of that reinforced. It is what it is. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I don't cause these things to happen. It's what you do with the information that's important. It is what the cards have brought to your forefront to get your attention, and you need to pay attention to those things. So remember, down the road, come this winter, it won't be so bad. The pain will lift. You'll get your ducks in a row. New jobs will come up and new offers will come along the way, and those starting new businesses, it'll pick up, it'll slow down. Everybody has their slow periods. Some of you, it's a seasonal thing, like a bicycle shop, bicycle repair shop, and this kind of thing. So anyways, Taurus, I'm going to wrap this up. We're at 25:53. So I'm going to stop for now, and please reinforce. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I plan on coming back and doing the 12 individual zodiac signs for the month of August, mid-month reading, which will occur the end of the second or maybe the third week. So don't jump on me if I'm a little slow, because these are a lot of work, but it's a labor of love. And yeah, it just, I say, oh, I think I'll get off 3 readings today for the monthly readings, and you should see what I have to go through, because I'm working with antique stuff here. The internet's not that great. It could be better. My equipment, my laptop, camera, and all these things are, there's always a challenge because everything is so slow. Private readings, they usually take me from start to finish, although you guys only see the reading when you get it. It takes about 5 hours before it's ready to go and send off. So I figure at $50 a reading, I'm probably making about $3 an hour. Something that's taking me 5 hours put together, but I do it for the love of it. And this is my place, and I do it here because you people enjoy it. All my friends and new friends come. So anyways, Taurus, I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say enjoy the rest of this long weekend here in New Brunswick. And it's been beautiful, beautiful weather. If you like the heat, oy vey, I tell ya, I like nice weather as much as the next person. But this heat has been draining, and it's making me ill. That's enough. It's cooling down here now. Beautiful evening. I'd love to go sit outside, but the mosquitoes just drive you crazy. Anyway, so enjoy your summer. Enjoy August. Be sure to check back in for your monthly readings. If you subscribe, you won't have to check because my system will let your email know that I've posted again, and they are mid-month readings. Let's like to check back in and see what goes on. Please feel free to share and like the channel, and leave any comments that you might feel you want to voice down below in the comment section, or if you don't want to do it publicly, you can email me. I accept those gratefully too. I like to hear from everybody. I want to thank you again for stopping by this beautiful summer evening, and all the best to you, Taurus, in the month of August. And that's it for now. Night, night.